Built a cabin in the woods of Vermont, sold the cabin, moved across country to South Dakota, found a new piece of land, and found this build site. Built a small woodshed on the property at first, and then bought a mini excavator to rough in a driveway, hoping to get to that build site that you previously saw. Didn't know how to use the excavator, but after a lot of trial and error, finally figured it out, roughed in this driveway, which still is a work in progress, but it's come a long ways. Found a pole barn on Marketplace. One thing I had to do was take it apart myself and transport it to the property, which was almost 40 miles. All I had was a minivan and a little Harbor Freight trailer. I made it work, pole barn down, packed in the van, moved it up to the new piece of property. Built myself a little pad, and through the wacky weather here, reconstructed the pole barn. I was a month behind schedule. It took me 2 months. I originally thought 1, but sure am happy to have the pole barn now. It's about 100 feet from the new cabin build site. And then it was finally time to start the cabin builds. I'm going with a 30 by 24 cabin. All the trees are ponderosa pine and harvested on the property. It is a chink style cabin this time, so there's scribing on the corners, but it's not a full scribe cabin. I also plan a second floor. However, I did make one big mistake. I was driving by the corner and I hit it with the excavator, believe it or not, and it knocked it off its posts. Fortunately, with the help of my dad, we were able to put it back on posts. So work continued on the second floor in the trusses of the cabin, and that leads us to where we are now. Hope you enjoy the episode, and thanks for watching. And like I said in the intro, wacky weather. These little storms just pop up and the weather forecast doesn't predict them. It's like a 5% chance today of rain, and well, it's been raining steady now for about 30 minutes, so everything's just getting real sloppy. I think I'm gonna wait it out for a few minutes and then go back out. I'm going to start my third truss now, and I've been going back and forth on which style I wanted to do. I've always wanted to put a king post truss in this because I really like the look of them. But with this layout and this being a covered porch area, I just don't think the king post truss will look right. So I've changed my mind on that. I'm gonna do a 3 post system on the front here. So each truss is going to be different. We got a 1 post, a 2 post, and then this front was going to be a 3 post. And I think it's going to look the best. So hopefully I'm right. We'll find out. I was just looking at this for a while, and I just don't like how this post is a lot longer without that top triangle. I was gonna just keep it long and then put the trusses on it. I think I'm gonna chop it off here, do the same style as these ones, more uniform, since when you're in the living room sitting down in here, you're going to be able to see this one and that one at the same time. Take a little more work, but I think it'll be worth it. So that's what I'm going to do. Ah, beautiful morning here. Just driving up to work, and my kids were up here the other day. They left their toys out, and I was turning the mule around here, and clipped his dump truck. No! Oops. Got a little damage there, but I think we'll be able to hammer it out. He's gonna be pretty upset with me, but maybe I can fix it. Today's goal is getting that truss finished here. And I was doing some math yesterday. I found that I might put, this is 24 feet, so I might do 5 cross pieces here. And also allow for my windows to be a little smaller. I want to put windows between each of the posts on the front here facing out. It's going to be facing out here eventually. It'll look better, because if I put one at 8, then this window is going to be huge, and this one's going to be a little too narrow. So I'm thinking 8 and 4, 12, 8, 4 makes more sense. Just want to get it looking right. All right, let's get to work. This is my highest corner off the ground, so I'm hoping I can get it lifted high enough with the excavator. So that center log, the top of it has been drying for like a few weeks, and it's like half the weight of a green log. So I'm actually going to put my ladder up and try to hoist it up there by myself. Since we're so high off the ground, it could be easier if I can do it. Ah. Little tweaking to do, but got the hard part done. I'm gonna eat some lunch. Notch out those 4 spots, and then we'll put these 4 pieces in. See how it looks. Don't worry about that little notch there. This log twisted, so I'll twist it back once it gets put on the second floor over there. Top measurement for my cut, bottom measurement for my cut. You don't know how bad I want to do that other side, but I think the energy reserves are running low, so we'll go home and finish it in the morning. Got the angle cut. Let's throw them up. Well, I guess I should have cut it last night. Somehow cut this one 2 inches short. I don't know how I did that, but that's annoying. All right, I will go find another log for that spot. Look out below. Should be ready this time. This angle's a lot less drastic than what I had before, so I just took that measurement because I know my top's right, and then I did a new bottom measurement. Should be right. Of course, that log, not quite as pretty. More knots in it than that beautiful one I had, but oh well. Yeah, well, I like it. Of course, I like it. I'm the one that put it up, but I'm glad I made those changes. We'll see how other people like it, but I think it was the right idea. So we started with what? A king post truss. It was going to be at the first part of this week, and then I was going to just do a 3-post truss, but I think the 5-post truss was the correct decision. If I can afford the windows, I'm going to put windows in each of those slots and just let a ton of sunlight in. I know I said I would be working on the upstairs and the main cabin at the same time, and really ever since I said that, I don't think I've been back to the main cabin to work on it, but real soon I'm going to do a couple more things here on this upstairs, and then I'll refocus my attention back to that main cabin. Trying to put this half purlin up here. Been struggling, but I think I've finally figured out how to do it, so here we go. That come along, man, that was the key. I should have known that. Those things are so powerful, just like nothing can bring those right up there. This is the upstairs, so now this is going to be like where my dormer starts, and it's going to come out to this wall, so that's why it's only spanning half my cabin here, and then the rest of it's going to be a pretty good slope on the roof, so I don't want it to look too bulky. I'm going to find a ridge pole at some point, but there's no point in me putting it up there since this is all coming down, and I really didn't even have to put this up here. I just wanted to take a look at it, make sure I could get it up there, and it gives me a lot of confidence. I can pick it to the top of the wall. Once it's over on the main cabin, this will be the top of the wall, so I'll easily be able to pick up the logs and put them on top of the wall, and then use the come along, to get them up to roof height, because this is going to be 15, 16 feet off the ground, and then the peak even higher, be up to almost 18, 20 feet. So cool. I'm going home. Good morning. Well, everything's so green. Should probably mow. Today, I've been eyeing this tree down on my road. It's the perfect ridge pole, and I think I only have like 2 or 3 trees on this property that are going to be big enough to span my entire roof system and be the right diameter. It's a tree I didn't want to take down. I'm kind of sentimental about some of my trees, but I'm also realistic. So it's a beautiful tree, and if I take it down, some other tree is going to grow in its place. We'll go check it out and find out for sure, and see what else we get to. So I bragged about that other tape measure that I had fixed, and then somewhere I left it, I don't know, probably sitting next to a tree. And then this was my backup one, and I think it's probably time to just cut my losses here. Yeah, I think so. It's gonna be close. Better back you up a little bit. That was a big boy. Okay, usually it's my fault when the camera gets hit, but this time, look, I had some space. That's exactly where it was. I don't know if the wind knocked it over or one of these little branches popped up and hit it, but I finally had the correct judgment on how far the tree would go. All right, ridge pole fell and peeled. 16. How about this way? 14. I think I'll have to dig into the pockets this weekend and get a new tape measure. I'll have to get it up on some logs so it can dry right here. I think my excavator probably could do it, but there's no point in bringing it up there right now. And as I discovered recently, and those logs literally in a matter of a few weeks are going to lose like a quarter to half their weight. So go easy on my excavator. I know it's going to be a pain going through this turn here and then that turn. That's some fresh stuff right there. So I ended up taking the old Bobcat down the hill to where that ridge pole was so I could pick it up and put it on blocks. Usually if it was a Monday, I would have just picked it up myself, but it was feeling a little heavy today. So brought the excavator down, and then this log was pretty close. I wanted to get something up, so I ended up taking this tree down. But anyway, peeled this puppy up, and it's gonna be used for one of those floor joists. I cannibalized a couple of them when I was putting up the truss pieces. We're gonna probably wrap things up right about there. I'll get this over there and put it on, and the old arms, early afternoon here, but the old arms feeling like spaghetti right now. I got a softball game this weekend, so gotta rest them up a little bit. It was a good week. Got those trusses all finished. Roof system's pretty much planned now. I just gotta put a little more work into it, and then we'll be headed back over to the cabin, and there's not too much work there left to do. So a lot of logs to harvest yet, but we'll get to it, and thanks for watching.